Saturday night's Davis Brothers Incorporated Pathfinder Bank SBS Series feature event would see rookie Josh Kerr and longtime series veteran John Ketchum in car number 11 start on the front row for this 35-lapper. And it was Kerr jumping out into the early race lead in the 8 machine as J.J. Andrews and Andrew Schartner follow suit to the inside out of corner number 4 to pull into positions 1, 2, and 3 on the race's first circuit. And as you can see further back, Mark Castilia in car number 69, a feature winner this season, making some moves to the inside of corner number 1 as he and Jason Simmons work to the low side of the 04 of Craig Harris. Jack Patrick would try as well, but look at Mike Bond. He had to start all the way back in position number 18 after a heat racing accident, quickly making his way up through the field. The battle was at the point through the entire distance in this one, with Andrews looking to the low side on Kerr several times into corners number 1 and corner number 3. Schartner trying to do the same on Andrews. Once again, as they come down the front straightaway, you look further back, Bond again now works into the top 5, again after starting all the way back in row number 9. Next, he would move to the outside of the 79 of Tim Barbeau into corner number 3, and this would be the most important pass of the race, well, until the last lap, for Bond in the 26, as he works to the high side of Barbeau to get to position number 4, and just a half a lap later, Andrews works to the inside of Kerr to take the race lead. Schartner tries to sneak through as well. They make contact, and Schartner goes up and over the nose of the Kerr number 8, the rookie, just 2 laps away from picking up his first career Pathfinder Bank SBS Series feature win. Schartner skips the wheel. They get up into the foam in turn 3. Kerr talks about what happened.
I think we were a lot faster than Jay. It was a little loose off 4, but other than that, it was perfect. And then I guess you guys probably saw what happened. He kind of dive bombed us there into 3 and got us sideways, and then Schartner was kind of a bystander there, and he drove up our front, and that's where all the damage came from. But Jay was into us a lot during the race, so I figured there was a chance he was going to turn us, and he dive bombed us into 3.
He was getting down towards the end of the race. I knew we had to make a move. JJ put a good move on, and I tried to follow through. We'll have to look at the video, see what happened. I don't know if I drove it in there hard, but or if he came down on me. I felt like I was in there. We hit door to door, but we'll have to wait and see. But it's one of those deals. We just didn't have enough drive off all night. The door was open. We went through, and it happened.
Well, when the race got back to green, it was the worst thing J.J. Andrews could see. Your defending series champion on his back bumper on the final lap out of corner number 4. Bond pulls to the low side down the front straightaway, and it was a photo finish at the line. According to the AMB transponder times, a 1,000th of a second victory for Mike Bond in car number 26 as we take a look at his in-car camera coming out of the final corner. It certainly doesn't get any closer than that. Mike Bond in victory lane.
Yeah, that was close. I have to thank my guys for putting this car back together. It was a mess after that heat race, and we got back together pretty good, and thanked all the sponsors, because without them we wouldn't be here tonight. Well, she was a little loose off, so I said, well, I'll try to get a run to go underneath, and because I tried the outside before, and it just wasn't nothing up there, so I knew I had to go underneath.
I don't know if I want to puke or die or cry or punch that kid in the mouth. I don't know. No, you're not going to. I screwed up, and I gave it to him. The car shouldn't have been as fast as it was. We got problems with it. I tried to. I changed my line like he always taught me not to when he used to give me driving lessons 15 years ago. And I knew he was there, and I knew I had to block him. And if I made a little bit of a mistake, I thought I could still hold him off, but you don't hold off Mike Bond with a little bit of a mistake. That's all there is to it. And he came from 18th or 17th. That's why he's in the Hall of Fame. That's why he's the best driver to ever drive one of these cars.
Yeah, this is the best we've started all season. It's just a tough class, and there's so many good cars this year. There's just not a lot of junk out here, and we have an awesome class. I have to thank Chris, Carly, and Kaylee Haggerty for giving me this opportunity. They've given me everything I need to be competitive this year. We've been in the top 10 every week, and it's just hard starting in the back every week to get up front.
Bond now has a 24-point lead in the Pathfinder Bank Series standings over Craig Harris, Rob Pullen, J.J. Andrews, and Timmy Barbeau in the 79 round out the top 5. One night only. Witness history at speeds never before attained. ISMA Supermodified Extreme Sprint Car. Oswego Speedway. Sparks will fly. Fear is cast aside. Records will fall. The King of Wayne's Terminal Velocity Showdown. Get your tickets now. Witness the world's fastest short track challenge. For more information, visit OswegoSpeedway.com. The Terminal Velocity Showdown at Oswego Speedway. One night only. Saturday, July 7th. Saturday nights, Davis Brothers Incorporated Grand Prix 75 for the Novella Supermodified division. Saw Sean Goslin and Ray Graham start up there on row number 1, and Graham, piloting that brand new Extreme chassis number 90, immediately jumped out into the race lead, and he looked from the start to be in a class of his own, especially after winning his heat race in dominating fashion earlier in the day with a time of 16.4 seconds. And with Graham charging away out in front, your series point leader, Otto Sitterly, who ended the night in the foam in corner number 3 2 weeks ago. He was working the high side of the speedway early on, trying to make moves early to get in position to chase down Graham later and this one. And Randy Ritskes in car number 88, he was doing the same, looking to turn his luck around from a poor start to this 2012 season as he worked his way past Jerry Kern, then on by Sean Goslin, and just barely squeezing by Clayton Brewer in the number 23, who spins here in corner number 4. Goslin and Sitterly also doing a great job of avoiding him. After the restart, Sitterly was able to make his way around Ritskes to move into the runner-up spot, and later on, Joey Payne and Kelly Miller would come together. Here, as Payne was trying to put a lap on the number 81, that would bunch the field together. A few lap cars in between Graham and Sitterly in that battle for the lead, and Cody Graham in the 21 loses the handle out of corner number 4. Sitterly, a victim of circumstance, nowhere to go in the 7 machine, gets tangled up in this one and skips the right rear wheel of the Graham machine, coming down the front straightaway. Sitterly briefly talked about the incident immediately after.
No, just everything's so tight in there. You know, I mean, I wanted to jump right out, but you physically, I mean, I'm not that big, and you just physically can't get your legs around all the stuff that's in there. But it started to get hot when all that fluid, I don't know what it all was, but the vapors were pretty hot.
Well, Otto, we're certainly glad you're okay, and a hell of a run before that.
Yeah, we were going good.
Otto Sitterly out of it.
As the race got back underway with just 12 laps remaining, Jerry Kern in the number 24 car runs into a little bit of trouble in corner number 2 as he gets sideways and loops it down the back straightaway. Another caution just as they would get back to green, and the number 90 of Ray Graham, who had led 72 of the 75 laps, would start chugging and run out of fuel down the back straightaway with this race well in hand. Graham, unfortunately, unable to visit Chris Nelson Insurance Victory Lane. That would hand the lead over to the 88 of Randy Ritskes. And guess what? He was running out as well. Starts shaking the car back and forth out of corner number 4, getting every last drop of methanol he can get. He crosses the line as the winner over Brian Sobis, Joey Payne, Sean Goslin, and Mike Barnes in the top 5. Ritskes, who was battling for the championship just 1 year ago, had a rough start to the 2012 season, but managed to turn it all around last Saturday on Davis Brothers Incorporated night at the races.
Just before the last caution, we were out of fuel. It was starting to spit and sputter, and it was really dying coming out of 3 and 4, so I started shaking it, running half throttle, just to try to save as much as we could, and it lasted. So, oh man, we've had such a terrible year. This is so nice to have. We practiced here yesterday, very productive. It proves how great of an owner I've got in Randy Ritskes. I got really down, not on the team, I just got down on the situation. And he's the one who turned it around, and he says, we're not quitters, we're not quitting on you. Don't worry, we'll get it. And he's rounded the troops together. He's a great leader.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I mean, Randy pulled right away on that last restart, and I mean, he pulled away and left me, and then like a lap or so into it, all of a sudden I started gaining on him. I see him kind of swerving back and forth down the straightaway. I knew what that was all about. Unfortunately, we just needed one more lap.
You know, it feels good to be up here. You know, I've driven this car 6 times now or 5 times now, and every week we keep gaining in the points, and for a deal that was supposed to be week to week and only a couple of races, we're fighting for a championship now. Mike builds one hell of a car, and you know, it's a stout machine, and you know, we got we got tangled up a little bit there, and you know, I had a good run going on the outside, and I got put 3 wide, and you know, we lost a couple spots, but we gained right back, and here we are. You know, good run for Muldoon team, and we'll be back in 2 weeks.
So Novella's Supermodified point standings continue to tighten. Sitterly now has just a 6-point edge on Pat Lavery and just 10 points over the Jersey Jet Joey Payne, sitting in 3rd. Brian Sobis and Dave Gruhl round out the top 5. Oswego Speedway, home of the Supermodifieds known as the Steel Palace. Don't miss open-wheel racing superstars Joe Gosek, Randy Ritskes, and Otto Sitterly as they wheel the meanest machines on the planet around the only track you can see, Oswego Speedway. Saturday, July 14th at 6:30. It's Callaway Century 21 and Turning Stone Resort Casino night at the races. For more information, visit OswegoSpeedway.com. Saturday, July 14th, Oswego Speedway. Kids 16 and under free with paid adult. Well, race fans, this is it. It's finally here. Berg's Home Center, CNY Central King of Wings 4 at Oswego Speedway this Saturday, July 7th, featuring the ISMA Supermodifieds and the Extreme Sprint Car Series. Will we hit 150 miles per hour at the Steel Palace? You'll have to come and see.